I had a gym teacher in elementary school who would go, "How we doing?" Like at the room full of kids to like start class. And now I have a desire to go, "How we doing?" at people when like a conversation just starts. This is our planning session. How we doing? Do we want to record the part where we like talk over our decisions? I mean, you hit record, so I guess we're doing it.
What decisions have we made? I feel like it was like months and months of me just like, oh yeah, we're on a break, and then this last month just flew by, and you were like, hey, we need to actually like plan for our next season. I was like, oh fuck.
I did the thing where we have 12 episodes, we can do 3 live shows, because we always want to do live shows, and then we never do consistent live shows, but
yeah,
if my reading of our past behavior is spot on, we successfully pull off 3 of them.
Yeah, okay.
Which can just be 3 of our 12 episodes.
Sure.
So we have 9 episodes to plan and 3 live shows. And I went, well, I'll just ask everybody what they liked the most to do a live show for, and I offered them deep dives, so we just bring on D 3 times, and D will happily do that. Or you and I can just go apeshit on a topic for 2 hours instead of the usual trying to keep it to 30 minutes.
Aren't you tired of being nice? Would you like to go ape shit?
I offered BXP reads, where we do the thing where we buy a small game and then reread it as a live show option.
How loud is that right now?
That's pretty loud, but that's okay.
I was really getting in there to see my little waveform bounce. I was like, ooh, crunchy.
And then I also offered them just like a hangout episode where like we Q&A or just vibe in the chat. The patrons of our Wise Council and up, they voted overwhelmingly for deep dives.
Wow, okay.
75% of them voted for deep dives, and then I think 1 person voted for BXP reads, and nobody voted for us to hang out with them. So...
Listen, we like you, but we don't like you.
Yeah.
Guess what I'm eating?
It's a chip, but I couldn't tell you what shape or flavor.
It is a chip.
Okay.
Its base ingredient is corn.
Oh, are you having Fritos? Or off-brand Fritos?
No, I'm not having Fritos.
Oh, okay, just tortilla chips?
It is corn chip. Uh-huh.
Corn chip? Is it a Dorito?
It is a Dorito.
Is it a nacho cheesier Dorito?
It's absolutely a nacho cheese Dorito.
That's the best kind.
Mm-hmm. We had a blizzard come through last week.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother-in-law works at the grocery store. And she says we had this blizzard, like near whiteout conditions, the whole town is shut down, but she's, an essential worker, so she's unstoppable, so she went to work. And she was talking about how they had one guy come in, and he went straight to the snack aisle, and he came back with a big bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, and that was the only thing he bought. He had a Dorito emergency in the middle of the blizzard.
All right.
Sometimes you just have a Cool Ranch moment.
Sometimes you gotta have a Cool Ranch moment. I live within walking distance of my grocery store, and I suppose, it's literally behind the apartment complex. I just walk down a parking lot, through some trees, into another parking lot.
Yeah.
So I suppose if I needed a Dorito moment in the middle of a blizzard, I would just suit up and go get it.
Suit up.
Well, if you're gonna walk in a blizzard, you gotta suit up. You gotta, put on your winter coat and, 4 shirts, and then, extra socks.
Make it official.
And, a hat and earmuffs if you got them. Or a hat that goes over your ears if you don't. And, goggles if you got them, but sunglasses will do, too.
Uh-huh. Goggles.
Well, because,
if you came into my store dressed to the nines like that for a trip to the grocery store in the middle of a blizzard, and you only bought a bag of Doritos, I would call the cops. Something's happening.
No, I just live next door. And I don't want snow in my eyes.
I really need
I don't
Doritos.
want snow in my eyes, stinging up my eyes when I'm walking, 100 yards to a grocery store.
For a bag of Cool Ranch
Doritos.
Which are called American flavor in other countries, which
That's
I love that detail. I'm constantly sharing it. Cool Ranch is known as American flavor.
I mean, it's not wrong.
I thought this was the launch episode.
You're just recording us idly talking about what's on our list.
Yeah, I thought that's what I'm recording.
Okay. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Welcome to Bonus Experience.
This is Bonus Experience.
Yeah. We are a podcast with a deeper look at the play experience and the finer details of running and writing games.
We are queer women speaking with authority about games.
And yes, we swear.
Die mad about it.
Die mad about it.
We've given you 5 years of opportunities to die mad about it.
Yeah, we sure have.
5 whole years.
5 whole years.
Ridiculous. Completely unacceptable that we've been doing this for 5 years.
Yep.
This is the longest. Can I say this is the longest project I've ever undertaken? It's taken 5 years, and I've stuck with it, and that's incredible.
Yeah, same. I don't know that I've held down a project this long. I think its cyclical nature helps.
Yep, and I think us learning about from October to February we're basically useless, so let's just take that time off.
Yeah,
that really helps.
Yeah, BXP it took us 5 years to figure out that we should just do this for 6 months.
Yeah, that we
schedule the first we can do our 9 episodes whenever. Also, now that we're working in the same place, we can just do that over a bunch of lunch breaks.
Yeah,
exactly. Making this show has never been easier.
So let's find new ways to fuck it up.
Yeah. So we're season 5. We're looking at 12 episodes because we're gonna be on for 6 months. So that's one roughly every other week.
Yep.
Which we'll try to keep ahead of, but we'll probably fuck up as usual.
Yeah, it's all loosey-goosey, baby. Mm-hmm. It's all about the episodes you don't record.
Sure it is. We're gonna have 9 full topics, of which we've picked a handful of them, and we'll probably make some up as we go along, especially given that both of us like to look at Twitter and eat popcorn as to whatever people are arguing about. And then we'll do 3 live shows, which we will figure out whenever we're doing those. And they're going to be deep dives, because that's what y'all voted for.
Yeah, we're going to have 3 deep dives. We're going to have an episode about being a forever GM. Mm-hmm. We're also going to talk about perception checks. Mm-hmm. We've got... y'all want me to talk about one-shots some more. I feel like I really covered it in the original episode, but we can revisit that.
Indeed. There was a very couple specific requests for them, so we'll go back and look at the specifics of those and work them into an episode.
There's a topic that I suggested that I know was really good, but I can't remember it because I came up with it when I was baked, so Monica's going to try to hunt it down.
Yeah, we're gonna try to find it, but I think it might be gone.
It may be gone. I may have to get baked again to reopen those synapses and figure out reopen the vault. And then 3 live shows, right?
Yeah, 3 live shows. 3 live.
And we'll actually
3 live
be able to
dives.
We'll actually schedule those way far in advance so people can actually get hype and show up.
Yeah.
Instead of us being like, hey, this week it's gonna be live.
Yeah. We'll probably do March, April, May.
Yeah, okay.
Or April, May, June. It'll be once a month. For 3 months in a row.
Alright, man, whatever.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It'll be something.
The deep dives aren't normally my thing, so I'm fucking go for it.
Yeah, well, I suppose if that's our patrons want to have deep dives as a live show thing, you can come
lives.
too.
Deep dive lives.
Oh, deep live.
Delete live.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't want to come, that's okay. I guess I'll just
really
record
busy. I'm really busy on those days you haven't picked yet.
Those days I haven't. You're like,
something came up on those days.
I'll pencil you in.
I'm joking. I love ranting about something I know a lot about with a captive audience. So I completely get into the deep dives. I had something else to mention, and we got up to a lot of shit since we took the season off.
Yeah, we sure did.
I did a lot more contract writing. This is gonna be my year. I just know it. Once everything gets past that editing bottleneck, there's gonna be 10 things dropping that all have my name on them. Mm-hmm. Let me think. What else? What came out after October? Was that the Scion Fiction Anthology? Did that come out?
The Scion Fiction Anthology came out.
Go look at the Scion Fiction Anthology. I have a short story in there, and it's very
Assassins
good, and I like it.
Is in for pre-order.
Assassins! Everyone is so excited about Assassins!
Yeah.
I am very excited for everyone to have Assassins.
My favorite was someone asked me if I had looked at it yet.
I love when that shit happens. Yeah. I feel like that's a gift when someone's did you read it? And you're like,
I mean, they weren't arguing with me. They just were like, "Oh man, Assassin seems really cool. Have you looked at it yet?" It was genuine.
Well, that's sweet.
It was genuine and very kind.
It wasn't a gotcha.
No, it wasn't a gotcha. And I said, "Well, seeing as I'm the developer, yes,
I have looked at it. Yes, I know it intimately." That's so good.
Yeah.
Then what else? Sidereals was announced.
So I
can talk about how I'm on the Sidereals team and I'm so excited about it. My Essence novella was approved and I'm starting on the rough draft of my Essence novella. I have no idea if I'm allowed to even talk about what I'm writing about. I should probably talk to Dixie about, like, what's the NDA like on this? It's not like I'm talking about the charms and the abilities that I'm like writing fiction. So right. I don't know how much I can share. Monica and I have become gainfully employed at the same location doing the same thing. So we're coworkers twice.
Yeah, we are coworkers twice. It's
quite exciting.
It's pretty fun.
It's honestly like so many people in the interviews are like, "Hey, this is really dry stuff. It's going to be really boring." And I have honestly been really enjoying myself. It's not that bad.
No, it's really not that bad. I mean, like, they're right. It's not the most exciting topic in the world.
We're basically writing user manuals.
Yeah,
it's not like exciting, but it's not boring either.
This is boring, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
The process, the challenge.
Yeah. I was like, I knew I wasn't like, I'm not writing my dream novel here, guys. Like, I'm aware that I'm writing instructions for software.
Yeah.
That part's not the party, but like, I thoroughly enjoy everyone I work with.
The party is that cheddar.
Yeah, the party is the ridiculous amount of money you're paying me for work that you're like, it's so hard.
For my
I'm like,
valuable labor, for my experience and my skills.
Yeah, thank you for paying me what I'm worth.
Yes, thank you. That's honestly really helping a lot. My family is like, oh, what do we do? Because we're not like poor anymore. We weren't poor. We were the typical American middle class of always just barely making it. So that means that I will have more spare time, more spare cycles, more spare joy, which also leads into I'm finally getting my ADHD medicated, and I'm so psyched about it. I just started about 2 weeks ago, and it's been fucking profound, honestly. So I'm really looking forward to kind of taking another look at like my life. Like, it's weird to go from having zero executive function to being a normal human being who can like do things and get dopamine from doing the things. So it's I'm pretty excited, honestly, that I feel like this year is really looking up.
Yeah.
The last 4 years we're gonna pretend like we're not, like, those aren't a thing. Those go in the vault. This year though, 2022, gotta make it my bitch.
Yeah, we also owe Erica, Sun Pulsar Erica, a certificate.
I keep forgetting! Okay, it's going on the list.
Yeah.
It's going on the list.
She since adjusted her pledge, but was an official Margaret for a couple months. So we have an overdue certificate. And also we currently have someone named Stormshot who also needs a Margaret certificate.
2 certificates. Stormshot, huh?
Yeah.
Damn! I'm writing it down right now.
Okay.
I no longer have that ADHD demon in my brain saying, don't worry, you'll remember. I have the ADHD angel. I have the Adderall angel going, you're not going to remember, write it down.
Yeah, the ADHD demon that says, don't worry, you'll remember later, is always lying to you.
It's a liar.
It's a liar.
It's a liar.
You
write it
will
down.
Not remember.
You will absolutely forget it, write it down.
Yeah, you'll forget it the second you look away from it.
Yes. Fucking object permanence, man.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to have a house.
Hmm?
I'm
That's right, you're getting a house.
Slowly working on getting a house.
That's exciting.
Yes. I by that I mean I sent a notice to my bank that was like, hey, I think a house? And then they were like, call us immediately. And I was like, no, I just wanted to know how much you would be willing to offer me. Like, this is not a committed relationship. Stop calling me. Holy shit.
Like texting like, hey, I think I want to talk about this later. And you immediately get a call.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
And then they were like, you have to call us to verify this information. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but I'm not ready to take this step yet.
I'm not going to
also,
verify
like,
it right
can
now.
I provide this via some other secure method? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, all right. You probably want, like, my social and stuff, which is better to give out over the phone. But, like, come on. So yeah, that's just getting started. I went and looked at 2 houses. Like, physically went to like, my mom was like, come with me to some open houses, and then you can kind of figure out what you like and don't like. And I was like, you know what, that's a good idea, let's go. And open houses are weirdly fun because you get to wander around someone's empty house and poke through it with a whole bunch of other strangers.
Yeah, and you get to like daydream about, oh, I could put my bed over there. Oh, that window's so nice. Ooh, I don't like this kitchen. Like, it's just like a daydream house, basically.
Yes. Yeah, like, you get to go into the basement and you're like, oh man, I love that this half of it is furnished and has a built-in bar, and like, like, there's no lights installed right now, but this will be kind of cozy when I put lights up here or whatever. And then you go into the like washer dryer area and you're like, this is a nightmare and there's a ghost in here.
Someone died, they are under the concrete.
Right. Like, there was at least one house where like everything else was kind of lovely, and I went into the basement and I was like, nope.
Basements are always bad.
Well, like, we've been looking at places that have furnished basements.
Oh, nice, though.
To have like a nice rec area, because we also like to play a lot of games.
Yeah.
And it's important to us to have a space to like host role-playing night or miniatures night or whatever, and that requires having like kind of a dedicated space for that. And so we were like, yes, furnished basement. And some places have really lovely furnished basements, and almost all of them have like a unfinished part where your laundry lives, which is fine.
Where the walls are bare.
Right, which is fine.
Planks,
like a bare planks exposed ceiling place where you washer and dryer or whatever, and that's fine. It's allowed to be ugly over there, but like, some of them are more decidedly haunted than others.
I don't know if you've ever lived in a place with an unfinished basement and also cats.
No. I lived in
they will absolutely
house.
Get into the unfinished parts and like get into the walls and shit.
Oh,
so keep that in mind.
All right. Well, maybe that's just cats not allowed in the basement then.
Yeah,
or
maybe.
Always close the washer and dryer room door, you know.
Yeah. Otherwise,
presuming it has one.
You're gonna hear Max from the walls.
Yeah, I would not want that to happen to my cat. So maybe they just aren't allowed downstairs.
I was just speaking from like, one time my cat got in the wall and we had to like dig a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
like,
I mean, that's more likely what will happen. Or like the one time Terry's cat got caught in the ceiling.
Yeah. You just get him out.
Yeah, they just get him out.
When G and I were house hunting forever ago, we did like, you know, the on the books, like, all right, we gotta go look over here, we were looking here, this is in our range, this is in our district. But then we also had a couple of like fun, like illicit open houses where we'd go to like the neighborhoods we absolutely could not afford and just pretend so we could see inside the rich people houses and go and pretend like we had any sort of like right to be there. Oh, yes, the breakfast nook. Oh, I think we might need to remodel. I like a floor-to-ceiling window, personally. Oh, we're gonna need all new fixtures in this bathroom. This simply must go. And then we get back in the car like, holy shit! The rich people are crazy!
That's great.
So I recommend doing that, too, if you ever have the time.
That does sound really fun.
The part of town that you absolutely cannot afford.
Yeah. The funny thing is that I got approved to, like, have... My pre-approval included money for houses I absolutely cannot afford, and so I should just dress up a little and go to them.
Yeah, just put on a tie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, have fun house hunting.
Thanks.
It gets a little exhausting after a point where you're like, none of these work. Am I gonna have to settle? And then what made it complicated for us was we had the boys in tow, and we very quickly learned that it'd surely just be me and Gary, because every house that we looked at, Liam loved and wanted that house immediately until we saw the next house, and then he loved that one and wanted that house immediately. And every house was a heartbreak for him. So it was terrible.
It's just your car all over again.
Yep. Oh, I can tell that story. So we have a Nissan Rogue. We like dented it in the front the front right side, there's like a big nasty dent. We're like, oh, we gotta get that fixed. So we take it to the car repair place, and we talk to Geico about, okay, so insurance, well, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll cover that, and we'll cover a rental for you too. So we talk to Enterprise, and Gary is on the phone with these guys, and he's explaining the situation. They're like, oh yeah, cool. What do you drive right now? And Gary says, it's a Nissan Rogue. And the guy's like, all right, cool, we'll get you something comparable. They hooked us up with a 2021 Mercedes-Benz SUV, which Gary drove home and then came upstairs with like this shell-shocked look on his face and said, I don't know how to drive this car. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, they gave me a Mercedes-Benz. I don't know how to drive this car. And I was like, what? So then it took me an hour sitting in the driver's seat with the manual, poking all the different buttons and shit, because this thing's smarter than my youngest child. And eventually, I figured out, like, oh, if I push this button, it'll save my seat position and the mirror positions, which was very cool. I actually kind of missed that. That was a great feature. Because I'm the lone 5-something in a house of giant men. So just being able to push a button and readjust everything was great. Yeah, but then it's got shit like, it didn't even come with some of the, like, smarter features with, like, gesture recognition or seat ventilation. Not just heating, but ventilation. It'll literally blow smoke up your ass. Yeah, it was, yeah. So we told the boys, because we're technically not in their school district, but we wanted to keep them in the same, like, pipeline. So I drive them to and from school. I let the boys know, okay, I'm going to be picking you up in the rental. Look for a black Mercedes-Benz. And you was like, on God, you got a Benz? For real? And he wanted me to arrive at a very specific time, so I'd be right in the middle of the line. And everyone could see him get into the car. He fell in love with the Mercedes-Benz. He was going to marry that car. He was fiddling with everything the way I did. He wanted me to crank the music to max. So there were a couple times that it was just like, during the week we had it, there were just like a couple of joyrides with Ewan, because he just wanted to go driving in it with the music as loud as possible so everyone could see and hear that he was in a Mercedes-Benz. We had to return it on Saturday or Sunday, and we gave Ewan a heads up, like, okay, we have to give the car back tomorrow. Because he, I expected he'd want, like, one last drive or something, and he was like, yeah, it's fine, I don't care. Like, he was already completely emotionally shut down. Did not want to say goodbye, did not want one last look. He wanted a clean break.
Oh, buddy.
Ah, my boy. Oh, my boy. So now we're our lease on the Nissan is almost up, and we're in the market, and Gary is actually going to be factory ordering one of the new Broncos, and he's very excited about it. Did a lot of research on, like, what to ask for and what not to choose, and so that's actually going down today, where he places this order. And it's not going to be as, like, smart and sleek as the Mercedes, so I'm not sure how Ewan's going to feel about it. But honestly, like, because the one we're looking at is, like, it's got a soft top, so it's really easy to take the top off, and you can take the doors off, so it's like one of those, summery, like a summery Jeep, basically. You can just strip it down to the bare bones. Mm-hmm. So I think during the summer, he'll fucking love it. But for the rest of the year, I don't know that he's gonna feel a way about it either way. Also, it's huge. I need, like, a special, like step installed on the driver's side so I can actually get into it. I'm not that short. I'm really not. I'm very average height.
It's true. Can't confirm.
But Thank you.
I mean, but Julia is also the like, I'm the regular sized person in this family.
The lone average in a house of giants.
Yes.
Yeah. Julia.
Yeah. Who's the person, the other tall, Julia gets really motion sick, so she has to ride up front. So that relegates the other tall person to sitting in the back.
Oh no. So does Julia have to, like, scoot that seat up, like, as far as it'll go to give H leg room?
I mean, I actually have longer legs than H does.
Oh, yeah?
My inseam is longer. I am, by percentage, more leg.
Some people are more leg than others.
Yeah. Like, it's not that dramatic of a difference, but, like, I actually have the longer legs. So... but yes, it's roughly the same, scooching the chair up so that one of us two cloud giants can sit behind her. So it's just like the one tall person drives Julia in the passenger seat, the other tall person behind her. Because there's no room between me and the seat behind me, and, like, no matter I have to put a tiny person behind me, because I'm like, they're like, can you move? And I'm like, no.
Nope.
No, I really can't. Maybe one click forward if I want to be kind of uncomfortable.
And I don't.
And I really don't if I'm going to be driving
really
for several
important
hours.
that the driver is comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boys are both approaching 6'2", real quick.
Some big kids. They got big fast.
Yeah, I think Liam's done. I think he's done baking. I don't think he's gonna get any taller. But Ewan is still on the rise. Yeah, they're both taller than their dad.
Oh wow. Was their mom really tall?
No, there's no other tall people in their family. Like, I think it's Gary is over 6 feet, and then I think his grandfather was over 6 feet. Everyone else in the family is very short. Everyone.
That's very funny.
Their grandmother is barely 5 feet tall. Yeah, everyone else in their family very short. So somehow it just like fucking skipped a generation, and now we've got Gary and his very large boys. Just enormous children.
Yeah.
Almost not children. Oh my god. Liam's gonna be 17 this year. I don't like it. He's got to start thinking about colleges too. I feel bad for the kid because I had no idea how to do college after high school. I completely dropped the ball on it, and I'm just like, buddy, you got to think about it. He's like, okay, and I have no other input for him.
Man,
just like, hey, pick a college. Is
going to college even worth it anymore?
Well, Liam is really into like high level STEM stuff. Like he wants to be an astronomer or an astroengineer or something.
Yes, go to college.
He really does need to go to college.
Yeah, he does really need to go to college. But like some kids like have a thing they want to do like that. Like if you have a thing you want to do, like you want to do art or you want to like do science or a thing that requires like formal training. I mean, art doesn't really, but like it helps. Then like straight up go to school, but I think the idea of just going to school in general is not good anymore. Like it's just a waste of money if you don't have a desire. Because the idea that your education should be valuable to someone else is such bullshit. Like I would love for everyone to just go to a higher education because they want to, because it's interesting, because it betters themselves. But this fucking hellscape that we live in, where it's like, well, you don't really need a degree in English because no one's really going to look for that, and it's not going to get you a lot of like, employment opportunities. So just don't go to college because it's going to cost a lot of money. It's like, but I really want to study English. I want that. It's just, nope, it's not valuable. Don't do it. It sucks. Yep. Which honestly, I try not to treat the boys like differently. I try not to be unfair in the way I treat the boys, but Liam has been so clearly like really into astronomy since he was really young. So we've always been like, all right, cool. You got to get good grades. You got to get into a good college, and then you can actually do the thing that you want to do for your life. Mm-hmm. But Ewan has always been kind of like, he's got a bunch of different kinds of hobbies, and some of them are pretty artsy. So I've always been like lighter hand on him. Like, you don't really have to go to college, buddy. If you don't want to go to college, you don't have to go to college, because the stuff that you're into don't necessarily require like formal education. But this last year, Ewan's come back with like, he's really into his biology classes. He wants to become a doctor, or he wants to become a vet. And I'm like, ah, shit. Both my boys want to go to college. What am I going to fucking do? Oh, fuck. Thankfully, the state university nearby is actually really fucking good. So we can be like, you go to the community college, and then you go to university. And if you want, you can stay here with us and save a ton of money. And like, so that should hopefully work out. But I don't know where Liam's going to go. He still hasn't decided. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any good advice. I mean, I did successfully do the college thing.
I didn't.
But all it did was, I'm still in debt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not true. I'm now finally doing a, like, professional writing job that's full-time and is paying me not paying me in Monopoly money.
Yes.
Yes.
Same. And you know what's great? I don't have a degree. I still got the same job that you did.
Yep. Because it doesn't really matter. But with my first check, I'm going to buy off the end of that student loan debt and then be rid of it forever.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah. Whew!
That's awesome.
We have 5 minutes or so left. We should read our roll of patrons.
Shit, do you have it handy?
I have it pulled up. Yep.
Okay, good. You go for it.
All right. Here we go. All right, I have them sorted by pledge. So at the top, our current $20 member of Margaret's Army is Stormshot. Thank you for giving us $20. They're also a new patron. So thank you for joining us.
I can't believe that's amazing.
Yeah, we owe you a certificate. It's coming. Ray wrote it down so she won't forget.
I wrote it down.
Members of the Wise Council include Ashes, Gabe Sorrell, Gabe Sorrell has also given us $420. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Henry Bangsberg, Joe Amon, Simon Radecki, and Zwei. That's our Wise Council, our $10 patrons. If you give us $10 a month, you too can occasionally vote on polls we remember to put up. Everybody who is a member of our Patreon also gets cool roles on Discord. They're bragging rights mostly. But yes, give us money. Anyway, our companions around a table, our $5 patrons, including Chase Ferrario, Christina Nino, Craig, Emily Wilson, Hedgebeast, John Atkinson, Kathleen Haleperin, Katie Duger, Matthew Phillips, Ryan Hilton, Sean Britton, Spider Perry. And that is our $5 group. We love you guys.
Thank you.
So our next tier is our $3 friend group. We call them our Friends with Liquid Funds, of which one person is paying $4.50 Australian a month, which I guess must translate to $3 US. Our $3 friends are Thomas Bagley, Andrew Dacey, Brian Betcha, Brian Clark, Drew Clowry, Eric Bonts, Erica Cortat, Jeremy, Joseph Slade, Kaiju Thulu, Kate Reeves, M, Relia, Samuel Tobin, TJ Wilson, Teresa O. Thank you, everyone.
These lists are always so much longer than I expect.
Yeah.
Like, every time you read, I'm like, what?
Yeah, we have that many patrons. Okay, and then our last group is our $1 a month. They are our emotional support fans, and like genuinely, we love everyone who gives us $1. You mean a lot to us. Elite Procrastinator, Adam, Alan Michael Havens, Amy Waller, Charles Kellner, hi Chaz, Chris Wolf, Claire Weaver, Craig Shipman, Echo Cyan, Eric Simon, Erica Maybe, Gabriel Cortat, Inkstain Studios, James Mendez Hodes, James Winfield, Page 2, John H. Perry, Lesquide, Matt, Maurice, Megan, Michael Brewer, Michael Phillips, Misdirected Mark Productions, Rob Abrazato, Schmitty, Terry Robinson, Tom S., Will Hammerand, and Zach Rules. Thank you, everyone, for giving us money.
Yeah. Honestly, that, like, I know I say this a lot now, but y'all have made such a positive impact in me and in my family's lives by everyone from the $1 up to the $20. Like, there have been times in the last 5 years where you and you alone have, like, pulled our asses out of the fire, and the fact that you do it just because you like listening to us ramble about games and game design is wonderful, and I appreciate all of you so much. And I also want to give, like, a special shout out to a couple of y'all, like, joined one of my games that I was advertising on Start Playing Games, where I was running a Fate Heroes game, which I unfortunately, I've had to put my games on hiatus while I sort out, like, having a 9-to-5 and a bunch of contract writing positions. But y'all have been awesome players, and I really appreciate, like, not just, like, talking at you and, like, accepting your generous patronage, but it's been really great playing with you too. So I just wanted to give, like, a special little, like, hey, thumbs up to, like, the 4 people on the list that were also in my Fate Heroes game. It was great. There's, like, a lot of team drama and shit. It's been awesome. Everyone who showed up to the game fucking understood the assignment. Everyone is perfect.
Fantastic.
Perfect for this game.
This is what we like to hear.
That's all. That's all I got.
Okay. I think that's all I got too.
Yeah. All right. Well.
All right. Well,
I have a lunch date with my youngest. I told him I'd take him to McDonald's, so I gotta get out of here.
Get out of here. Take the kiddo to McD's. Don't pull through the drive-thru, order a single black coffee, and leave.
As funny as that would be.
Don't do it.
No, I don't think I could do that. No.
That would be mean.
Change it if you want to.
Change it if you want to.
Change it if you want to. And everybody get out.
Yeah, let's go. You got a lunch date. And
I gotta go.
Yeah, I have to go eat lunch too.
Do I have to do this? Ugh, fine. Bonus Experience is written and produced by Monica and Ray, and edited by Margaret. Our logo and art is by Nino Studios. Find her on Facebook and Instagram. Our theme song is Reuse Noise with the Light by CDK, and is used under the Attribution Non-Commercial Creative Commons license. BXP is part of the Misdirected Mart Network. I'm not reading this. Fuck it. Bye.